name's Z.F. Schraeder, and I have been a fan of Poe since probably a very creepy librarian handed me a story collection when I was in second grade, and I have not stopped reading Poe since. It's been a lot of years since then, um, but that was my introduction to Poe, and I fell in love with pretty much everything from the short stories to the poems. I write poetry and fiction, often in the creepy vibe, usually things that are supernatural or just adjacent to realism. I primarily write poetry and fiction. Last year, I had a full length collection of poems come out from Raw Dog Screaming Press called The Price of a Small Hot Fire. Um, also, and that was in addition to the book What Happened Was Impossible from Ghoulish Press. I've had a few other works of varying lengths come out. What Happened Was Impossible at its core is about a murderer. Uh, and I can say that pretty freely because it's on the back cover. I give it away. It's definitely not a spoiler alert. Um, but it's also about a family that's falling apart and a pair of siblings with a strange relationship and an uncanny ability, and that I don't wanna spoil. Um, that that is sort of at the core of some of our murderers' work. Um, so yeah, and definitely inspired by Poe's fascination with those unhealthy sibling relationships, like House of Usher, and it's written a bit like a crime novel, so it certainly has some elements of mystery. Even though you know who done it, um, it is a mystery as to how um, as it gets put together. I'm really interested in looking at the Cask of Amontillado actually as a source of inspiration. The revenge and just sort of that relentless drive for wow comeuppance. It's I think that's a fascinating work, and I'd love to consider how that could be changed if it were something that took place in today's society. So maybe digitally or through technology, like what would that walling up look like if it were not something that happened in an actual check out Ghoulish Books. They have some really fun events and I try to hit those. I'm also online sort of sometimes at just my website, schrader.com.